Well, good afternoon, West Ham fans. Hope everyone is safe and well. Let's crack into Hammer's headlines. Let's get into it straight away. So, as I said, Hammer's headlines, association with KUMB.com. Boys, don't forget to check them out. Also, this morning, I did a post a little bit about Nicholas Fulkrug and Ben Rama as well. And how could Ben Rama help us out in the January transfer window? Stranger things have happened at sea. And also talking a little bit more about Nicholas Fulkrug with an article in the Standard, which gave more of a timeline in terms of Nicholas Fulkrug's injury and potential return date, although that has a massive asterisk on it. But we've been linked with some players. As I said, we've got 6 weeks until January transfer window. And unsurprisingly, we're linked, or maybe 7 weeks, if you're there thereabouts. So unsurprisingly, a number of players we've been linked with. And clearly, for me, it's the attacking options and the midfield options as well. Actually, we've been linked with a defender as well, which is quite interesting. But West Ham are apparently addressing their midfield problems with a raid on France. The Hammers, as we know, have been lacking any real athleticism and drive in terms of this season. And the centre of the pitch looking very, very, very static. As a result, it's rumoured that apparently Tim has lined up several potential targets to bring energy to the West Ham midfield, with this gentleman, Andy Diouf, among the names suggested. Apparently, West Ham scouts were reportedly present at Lens' Conference League game against Panathinaikos in August to observe the Frenchman who joined Lens from Basel in the summer of 2023. He's performed really well for Lens, where he's blossomed under the tutelage of West Ham fan Will Still, with the club currently 8th in League A. The 21-year-old is a big unit, big physical appearance and presence, drawing comparisons to the likes of Amadou Onana, who I think is a fantastic player. And, we were linked to the likes of Youssef Fofana and people like that. It's the same sort of ilk. But we'd need to step up our interest in the French in under-23 international. We could face very stiff competition from Tottenham. And also Crystal Palace as well, who are also monitoring the player. Irrespective, we need someone of Diouf's ilk in terms of that midfield, alongside an Edson Alvarez, as the two would give a real sense of midfield mobility, which is something that we desperately need. And it's not just fans have been saying it. I was listening to people on Talk Sport and various other, sports stations talking about. They went to the Everton game and saw just how static and how much gappage there was. Is gappage, is that a word? I don't know. In the West Ham midfield, and it's an area which desperately needs to be looked at. And someone like Andy, young as well, 21, it's going to cost you a bit because they want to make a profit on that. But French clubs not usually as expensive as if we went and bought Onana from Aston Villa, which we're not going to, but respectively, I think you'd get a decent deal, and maybe we'll see. Maybe Will help us out. Who knows? Now, moving on into the attacking positions. Again, we've been linked to a number of players, and we actually spoke about one at lunchtime, a young lad as well. So go back and check that out. But apparently, West Ham are interested in also signing former Chelsea attacking forward winger Christian Pulisic from AC Milan, and that's according to reports. He joined Milan from Chelsea in July 2023. After 4 sort of in and out seasons at Chelsea, he scored 26 goals and 19 assists in 140 appearances for the Premier League side, also winning the Champions League in 2021. Since moving to Italy, he's been in really good form for AC Milan, the United States captain. 38 goal contributions in 65 appearances. That's better than 1 in 2. I've done the maths. And it does seem that he might not be in Milan for much longer, with West Ham reportedly keen on bringing him back to London. According to reports in Spain, for some reason, Pulisic could be, in quotes, living his last moments at the Italian club after the Hammers have turned their attention to him. It's claimed that return to England is something that both the player and the clubs involved could be seriously considering. I think it's fair to say, getting another attacker in will invigorate our forward line, which I think it needs to. It needs to kick up the arse a little bit. Apparently, Milan obviously reluctant to sell the 26-year-old, but his future apparently depends on a number of factors, mainly West Ham ability to make both the club and also the player a convincing offer. But interesting. Pace, no doubt. But as I said, sort of had a very stop-start time at Chelsea, didn't he? But he's in cracking form for AC Milan at the moment. So, yeah, sometimes it's almost like you have to. Sometimes a player needs to move away to then. I mean, look at Aged. Yeah, he's moved away and he's a completely different player than when he was, in August, for example, at West Ham. Maybe that's the case with Christian as well. Now, sticking with Italy, we're staying in Serie A. West Ham, Ipswich, and Wolves have been named as possible landing spots for Georgian defender Saba Klojideci. That's definitely not how you said it. But that's according to the Daily Mail. It reported yesterday that a 20-year-old Georgian international could be an ideal buy for a bottom half Premier League club. Oh, here we are actually at the moment. He has been hailed for his tackling ability and naming the Hammers as a possible destination. He plays on the back of a right, on the right of a back, the back of a right three. Plays on the right of a back three. He's apparently one of the top tacklers in Serie A, and he's rarely beaten. An impressive record for a side who sit quite deep and invite pressure. Enter West Ham. His idol is Paolo Maldini, and made his senior debut for his country in September. He's a bit of a work in progress, a bit, scruffy around the sides. Looks a bit like Tal Ben Haim. When I saw it, I thought we were signing Tal Ben Haim. I was like, he's well past it, surely. But apparently he's got the raw talent. He's 20, so very much still in development at time. But apparently he's well renowned for his ball handling. He don't handle the ball. Passing, his control of the ball, you mean, and that could see him benefit moving into the Premier League potentially. An interesting one is Saba. We seem to buy, and as I said, in terms of the players we've been bringing in, say in the summer, a number of them were going straight into the first team. A number of them were going into development. So Luis Guilherme is a development player. A number have been moved into the youth academy system, whether it's centre back, say Mohamed Kante, for example, goes back to Paris FC. The likes of David Chigueda, who's just signed a new contract, his first pro deal. David Bulagon for Man United. So someone like Saba could be someone who starts as that fourth choice centre half. We still need a centre half, that fourth choice one, and maybe Saba could be it. Maybe. Again, it comes down to money, doesn't it? Really, you got and priorities. And he does look like a really young Tal Ben Haim. I can't get it out of my face. Can't get it out of my mind. I just look at him, and it's Tal. And that is it, my friends. Thank you very, very much for your time, as per usual, and your continued patronage to the channel. Much appreciated. Keep an eye on the channel over the next few weeks. We've got some very, very interesting, exciting interviews coming up with ex-players. We'll say no more. We'll say no more about that, but keep an eye on the channel. Just working on the actual final days, but both are booked in. And there's some more coming, particularly at the end of the season as well. So I'm excited. When Budden's excited, excited. Channel members, go back. We posted yesterday behind the scenes of a day in the life of me at a West Ham game. All the behind the beat. It's called BTS, isn't it? Behind the scenes, a BTS video of the Everton game. Me walking around the back. Yes, parts of West Ham you've probably never seen. A little London Stadium you've never seen. So keep an eye on that. And until next time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith. Irons.